Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
Hey guys. Okay, five things you will love and hate about the Netherlands. Original link to the video. It's my first video of the day. All right, I got to get started. Original link to the video, top of the description. Below that, link to the Discord. Click on it. Sends right over there. Would love to have you. Let's go. Let's learn. Walter's World. Good channel. I I always feel like I gotta preface these videos by this. It's one person giving, he's making his content. He's got to make a top five, best worst here. I'm not going to judge. I'm not. Don't worry. Like, I'm not going to base my thoughts of the Netherlands on this. And I've been to the Netherlands once, to Amsterdam for 2 days. It was nice. Let's go.
With Walter's World, and today we're in Arnhem, the Netherlands, for five things you're gonna love and hate about visiting the Netherlands. So let's get started. And for me, the first thing I don't like about coming to the Netherlands is all the drunk, crazy, red light district insanity of Amsterdam. Look, Amsterdam is fantastic outside of the red light district. And since so many tourists come to the Netherlands just to go to the Amsterdam and have their drugs and prostitutions and stuff like that, that's fine for you. But for me, it kind of gets me a little frustrated when I go there. And
Look, to each their own. And I went there. It was fun. I was with my dad and brother, right? But I'm not the biggest nightlife person, so I'm more into like I want to see like historical stuff and museums and old things. So that's fine.
the thing is there's other bad things that go along with it, like the drunk high tourists and them bothering people and vomit everywhere and stuff like that. That's what actually bothers me the most. It's not the red light district itself, it's the tourists that go there and just get out of control. So that's the first thing I don't like. And the thing is, that's not just in Amsterdam, that's also in some of the border towns with Germany, because you have a lot of German tourists that'll come over to get high and stuff like that. So that's the first thing you don't like. Now the second thing you're not going to like about coming to the Netherlands
Question: is weed legal in any European? I'm pretty sure technically it's not even legal in, I don't know what I'm talking about, but where is any country kind of in Europe have it completely free? Or, Jesus, I can't talk. Completely legal?
Stairs in the hotels. Look, there's a lot of independent hotels here, and you can see these little thin buildings behind me. Yes, they need stairs, and the stairs go like this. It's not really a stairwell as so much a ladder well, and that's one thing I don't like. My mom's fallen down them, Caleb fell down them, chipped a tooth, busted his head open, all kinds of stuff. You gotta be really careful with that, so that's one of the things I'm not a big fan of when I do come here. So if you are going to come, make sure you ask your hotels, like, hey, do you have an elevator, or how's the situation? And also, don't bring a lot of baggage, because it's going to be tough to take that.
Dang it. You can't have the American. Now all the jokes are going to come in about Americans being fat. Hey, do you have an elevator? Sorry.
That stuff up there, because think about it, you got a big backpack.
Hey, if you have a family, I'm sure.
Don't bring a lot of baggage, because it's going to be tough to take that stuff up there. Because think about it, you got a big backpack, you lose your balance, oh, you're gone. Okay, now we've moved to the rooftops of beautiful Amsterdam. And the third thing you're going to hate when you come to the Netherlands is the service. Look, you're going to go to a restaurant, you're going to go to a bar, you're going to go to a cafe, you're going to go to a pancake house. Wherever you're going to go, and then you're going to sit. And you're going to sit and sit. Oh, and wait. Don't forget about the waiting. And maybe sit some more. And then maybe eventually somebody will come to take your order. And it gets kind of frustrating, because here in the Netherlands, the customer isn't king. People make a decent wage here, so yes, you do tip them, but it's not really influencing how much they're going to come and try to help you and things like that. And it can be frustrating for some travelers. Now, I'll say is when you do get the service, it is professional. They will make sure you get the right thing. They're not rude or anything. It's just that they're not always coming. It gets a little frustrating. And then when you want your bill, don't be like, oh, they'll bring the bill to me. No, you have to ask, because they will literally let you.
I think if you go to another country on a vacation and you get frustrated by things not being the way they are where you are, I don't know why you're traveling anywhere in the first place. So, I don't think there's a problem in being kind of not used to it and not like it, but to be complainy or anything,
sit there for, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, 5 or 6 days. I mean, not that long, obviously, but you'll just be there for a while. So if you want to get your bill, make sure you ask, because the service here is not going to come and kiss your butt. So just want to give you a heads up on that one. Now, the fourth thing you're not going to like when you come to the Netherlands are the bike lanes. Look, biking is a part of coming to the Netherlands, and I will talk about.
This isn't Disneyland. It's my Netherlands story of I was biking apparently. Look, people are biking to like get places. It's not just like a bike path fun family weekend trip like it is here. And I'll never forget that. Go back to this isn't Disneyland.
About that later, but oh my God, walking in the bike lanes. Look, I know I said in service that the Dutch aren't very nice, but they're nice people in general, but they're not when they are in the bike lane. Or I should say, when you wander in the bike lane like a tourist, and it doesn't matter if you're here in Amsterdam or Haarlem or Leiden or Utrecht or wherever, the Dutch become like little heat-seeking missiles when they're on their bikes when they're in those bike lanes, okay? So be careful, because you'll see the little red lanes all over the place, and the bikes just go whizzing by.
I actually remember.
And they don't care about the cars. They don't care about you. They don't care about your kids. They're just going, and that could be really frustrating when you're not sure. So do pay attention, because that's one sure way that you'll make some not friends in the Netherlands, okay? And the fifth thing you're not going to like about coming to the Netherlands is the weather. Look, this is not, how would I say, a consistent weather country in terms of consistency, nice or bad. It's just the inconsistent nature of the weather. Look, I'm on a forecast today that said right now it's supposed to be raining. No rain, but this morning when we were trying to film a little bit, it said it was going to be clear skies, and it was raining. And I'm in a long sleeve shirt, t-shirt, I got a jacket. Look, if you're going to come here, make sure you bring layers, because it's not the warmest place ever, and it does rain quite a bit, so do have a heads up for that. And the locals will tell you, don't trust the weatherman, just like everywhere, but here definitely so. So if you're going to go out for the day, make sure you bring something to throw on, because it does cool off at night, even on the warm days. So just a heads up there. So those are the things that we didn't like about going to the Netherlands, but there are things you're really going to love, because you could tell that those dislikes, those hates, they're not so much hates, just more mild annoyances. But we'll go back to Haarlem to start with our loves, okay? So those are the things.
For the video, you got to pick 5. You know, he's not the arbiter of everywhere he goes. All right, we have to understand that. I understand some people, when it's the place they live, they get, oh, it's not like that. I'd love to hear your contradictions or affirmations in the comments, and just know I'm never taking everything on face value.
You might not like about the Netherlands, but let's be honest, the Netherlands is a really great place to visit for a lot of reasons. People speak English, there's all kinds of great transport. Oh wait, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. The first thing you're going to love about coming to the Netherlands is the architecture.
Not just speak English, but they're probably the best English speakers I've ever heard. And like the accent even almost is kind of subtle.
Architecture and the culture throughout the country.
I've been there. I was on, what was I on? The T? The Van Gogh Museum is over there. What was I on? I forget. The R? Oh, God. I have a picture.
Look, whether it is going to see the old Dutch masters, yes, that is a whole thing you see in lots of museums. The art and culture that here is fantastic. The museums, whether you're going to the Taylor's Museum or the Frans Hals Museum here in Haarlem, or if you're going to the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, or the Van Gogh Museum, or go to the Anne Frank House, or all kinds of stuff, there's things all over the country to see, and they have really great pride in their country, and they have some magnificent museums. But the thing is there's also the pride with that architecture. Seeing those buildings, man, that's one of the things. Wherever you go in the Netherlands, you always feel like you want to take more and more and more and more pictures of the buildings, because they really are gorgeous when you see the guild houses and the tops and things like that. So do bring an extra chip when you do come here, because you will want to take so many pictures. And yes, those pictures will also include a lot of pictures of flowers if you're here in the spring and seeing the over 1,000 windmills.
Yeah, I heard some weird stat in a video that it said like 80% of flower exports come from the Netherlands. And I'm like, no way. They must have meant like tulip exports. 80% exporter in any good is pretty insane.
Throughout the country, yes, you will see those, and you will get a few pictures of those. Even when you're on the train going by, you will do that, okay? Now, the second thing that a tourist really loves about coming here is actually there's a really great transportation system, and I'd say kind of a tourism infrastructure, because lots of...
Thanks, Dunkin' Donuts, giving me a cup of cream and a little coffee. Thanks.
People speak English here. Pretty transportation system, and I'd say kind of a tourism infrastructure because lots of people speak English here. Pretty much everybody speaks English here, so you don't really have an issue with that. But the thing is the transport links throughout the country are super easy. Coming to Arnhem from Amsterdam is 15 minutes on the train. I can get to Leiden in in half an hour from Amsterdam. You can get all over the country within like an hour and a half, and it's super simple. And the trains go very often. But I will say, make sure you buzz.
What's the area of the Netherlands? It's bigger than Rhode Island, right? Rhode Island is 1.2 thousand square miles. $16. Okay, it is like 14 times bigger. Okay, I just need it for perspective. New England area. New England area. 72,000. Okay. All right, I understand. Oh, it's like Maine. It's got to be like Maine. 35. Oh, wow. Massachusetts, maybe? All right, it's like 1.5 Massachusetts. Okay.
Card in and out when you go, just to make your life a little bit easier. And also, because I'm trying to tie a lot of loves together, I would also put in with that transportation, the biking around the Netherlands. It is really something that you should do and you can do. But I will warn you, if you're not sure, if you're not really good on a bike or it's been a few years, do be careful. Maybe not start in downtown Amsterdam. Maybe do it somewhere like Leiden or here in Arnhem or something like that. It might make it a bit safer for you, but biking throughout the country is one of the things you're gonna do. And the thing is, if you bike through the tulips in the spring, is fantastic. Jocelyn did that a few months ago and she loved it. Or you're just like a big guy like me, likes to get around town to meet friends with it. You can do that because you can rent bikes at train stations. You can rent bikes at different towns, different places. Heck, you can get an app on your phone and you can find a bike on the street and rent that. Okay, so there's a lot of options out there. So those transportation and that infrastructure thing is really good here. The third thing that I love going to the Netherlands is leaving Amsterdam. Now don't get me wrong, Amsterdam is cool. The museums like the Rijksmuseum, like I was talking about in Vancouver,
go to Holland.
and seeing all the buildings and the canals, it's gorgeous. But getting out and going to explore other cities like Leiden, like here in Arnhem, going to Maastricht, going to Groningen. There's so many cute little towns you can go see, and bigger cities like Rotterdam and stuff like that, that don't get sucked in to just go.
Shoot. Is Holland? No, Hollandaise? Holland is just a part of it.
Going to Amsterdam, though it's cool, but you really should see more. And with that transportation, it's really easy to do. And honestly, I've enjoyed going to these smaller towns much more than going to Amsterdam because you don't have all those drunk tourists and stuff like that bothering you, or high tourists. It's more of a getting to see the real country and the real people, and that's what's really nice. So we're back on the rooftop here in Amsterdam, and the third thing you're really going to like as a tourist when you come here to the Netherlands is how well the people speak English and the people in general. Yes, in service, they're not nice. But when you get to meet the Dutch people, yes, they speak fantastic English. And the thing is, they will explain things to you because they have a lot of pride in their country. So yes, if you want to know about the different ways you can eat herring, you can learn from that, from some old lady who speaks English probably better than I do. Okay, and so you do have that. And for a tourist, it's a godsend. And that's why I tell a lot of tourists, if you're looking for a foreign country with a foreign language that you can go to and visit and not have to worry about speaking that foreign language, I say Scandinavia, and then the Netherlands is another great one because everyone here does speak English. And the cool thing is when you speak with the people, they get sarcasm. Their English is so good here that you can tell sarcastic jokes and they'll give sarcasm back.
France was bizarre. So we went from Heathrow, the UK, we rented a car into France. Then we went up through Belgium, Netherlands, through Germany to Austria, into Switzerland, back in France. France was like the island of no English speaking. The French are just like a very proud, I think, heritage thing. And it's so weird. It's like, oh, obviously in England you can speak English. Shock. But then you go into France, it's like, oh my God, like no one. And then you get into Belgium, Netherlands, like, oh, people speak again,
back, or they'll start with sarcasm. And if anybody has traveled and had, you know, the international English stuff, that's one of the things that gets lost. So it's one of the things you really appreciate when you come here is that English level and the sarcasm and that attitude that people have here, because also they're no nonsense here, okay? And if you want to get to the point and you say, hey, what should I see? They'll tell you what to see, what not to do, and get to it now. And get out of my way because you're in the bike lane. I mean, they're all the way up on that, and that's one of the things I really love. Now, the fourth thing you're going to love when you come here is the biking. Now, I know I said I don't like the bike lane as a tourist when I'm walking, but if you're here, you need to rent a bike. Go explore. Even if you do one of the cheesy tourist bike trails around Amsterdam and do those things, it's worth it because it's super flat here. You can go around and you can try and see all these things. And what's cool is when you explore the country,
it's super flat, so no hills. So it's okay. All right.
you can go to the different train stations, like I said, and you can actually go rent bikes there to explore. So you want to go to the Keukenhof, you can go there and then rent a bike there and ride around in the tulips. But it's usually only like mid-April through mid-May is the best time to go for that. But you have that, and it was just really cool. And you get back on there, and you really kind of explore, and you get to see some of the country without having to spend a lot of money, because renting the bikes, it's not too expensive to do. So that's one of the things I really enjoy doing when we are here. I know Jocelyn loved it to bits, okay? And the fifth thing that I love about coming here, and this is more of my personal thing, and I've had a really good time. One of my friends, Dutchified, another YouTuber here, you should really check out if you're going to go to the Netherlands. I'll put his link down below. But he and I have been hitting all the food stalls and the food stands around Amsterdam. And it's not just in Amsterdam. You have these food stalls all over the place, and eating the little snacky doos around the Netherlands, because they have so many like tasty little treats. The restaurants here are expensive. I'm not a big fan of them. The food can be very heavy, but when it comes to snacky stuff, it's great. Check out a food hall. Go get the bitterballen, the little tiny balls, like it's like mashed potatoes and meat inside, fried and dip it in the mustard. Ooh. That's so good. Or go in one of the herring shops.
Really?
Mashed potatoes and meat inside.
A meat mashed potato stick. It's like my two favorite
fried
foods.
And dip it in the mustard, that's so good. Or go in one of the herring shops on the street and grab one of those and eat it Rotterdam style or however. Or maybe you want to get little cheese things or whatever. There's so many, or croquettes. There's so many great little snacks to have here to go with a really good beer. That's one of the fun things. So what I say people is, look, don't feel like you have to be, stuck at a restaurant here. Go sit at a cafe. Just order little starters and stuff like that, and go and enjoy the city and the architecture and the country side around there, because you can have those everywhere. And that's one thing I really, really love about this. And that's why I always want to thank my buddy Dutchified, because he's really got me hooked onto this, and my tummy's like, yes, we need to go.
I wish you did more history stuff. I want to see history, okay? I want to go to I want to learn about like some Dutch history and then go and then visit some of the places, right? I'm kind of antisocial. Not antisocial, introvert. I'm not a big nightlife person, okay? I will go and I'll have a good time, but it's not what I'm there for,
We need more bitterballen, we need more croquetten. So
Nature
I want to go do that with him. If you want to see more videos
history.
on the Netherlands, check us out on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we really appreciate your likes, subscriptions. If you like videos like this, we put out new travel videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So if you do like that, click that subscribe button. It really pays off. Anyway, have a great time here in the Netherlands, and if you love it or you hate it or anywhere in between, put your comments down below so let us know the things you like and you don't like about the Netherlands. Anyway, I'll say bye from here on the rooftops of Amsterdam. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the video. Cool video. Great channel, Walter's World. Look, I've watched a video of him doing, loves and hates about New England, all right? That's where I live. And so I get it. I get the videos, not everything I agreed with. But, you can't get everything perfect, Cool video. See you guys next time. Hope you're doing well. If not, chin up. You'll be good soon. Don't worry.